Radio Oxford. Travel. Let's get the latest on Oxfordshire's roads. Here's Kat.
Thank you very much, Barbara. It is becoming very slow now on the A40. Both directions are becoming heavy once again around the Kidlington roundabout. It was just the westbound stretch which is slowing down. The eastbound is quickly building up once again. Our speed sensors are indicating delays of approximately 10 minutes. And also in both directions we've got queues of traffic heads from Kidlington towards the Wolverhampton roundabout, especially slow on the westbound stretch at the moment. Elsewhere now, if you are heading along the ring road, delays continue over the Livermore roundabout. Moving in Abingdon, the A34, in fact, heading north from Milton towards Abingdon, remains slow moving. The M40 was looking a little bit slow southbound through Bicester, but seems to be easing off once again. As for our trains, cross-country lines will be running with some disruptions following a signaling problem further south. Best to check before you travel. Travel as it happens. BBC Radio Oxford 95.2 FM.
Call with your travel news.
08459 311 666.
BBC Radio Oxford. At 5:45, the latest news headlines with Dylan.
Will hold up for thousands of commuters in Didcot. Road improvement works around the Milton Park trading estate have been delayed by 6 months. The government's controversial plans to overhaul the National Health Service being debated by MPs. Ministers want to scrap primary care trusts and strategic health authorities and give GPs more control over their budgets. 250 oak trees are being planted in Woodstock this week. Children from 5 primary schools are planting the seedlings as part of a project to create an oak forest on the Plymouth estate.
Thank you very much. Generally cloudy today, staying dry 2 Celsius below. Tonight, it's supposed to be tomorrow. A little rain and drizzle. By the afternoon, temperatures quite hot today. 9 Celsius. Detailed weather forecast is now tonight right now at bbc.co.uk/. So, micro added by the economic downturn. Large breweries have been suffering during the recession, with many being forced to shut. But will they play Loose Cannon microbrewery? Abingdon? Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. So, times are good. They are for the microbrewery. Why would a microbrewery be doing well when the big breweries are struggling? I think there's been a general trend in food and drink of people moving away from the mass-produced, brand easy and they're going more for things produced locally where they can sort of go and see where it's made, might know something about the ingredients, that go into the beer and get to know the people that make it. Yeah. I guess that as it is kind of... As usual, a great start to the week to set you in the mood for the following 5 days. She was the main lady with Fairground Attractions. Since then, a very successful solo career for Eddie Reader, who joins me to talk about singing radio jingles, what it's like to have a #1 single. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon is the classic album of the week. Why on earth have I never chosen that before? Oh well, we'll make the most of it. Plus, Phil Barney with an hour show tunes at 9. That's all with me for today. Let's see you from BBC Radio Oxford. Now, several things on the subject of Malcolm. He'll be here tomorrow morning, meeting Anne Pink, an educational psychologist from Oxfordshire, who's been given a lifetime achievement award for her work with March. If you were listening this morning, he wrote a book with a rather his name is Tom Navarro, which will stand a few years ago as gearing up to take his friends at university. Their back to God, I decided to head out to Bulgaria to go to snow. That was in April 2007. However, that was
getting back from Bulgaria, how long did you spend in Stoke?
Check back from Bulgaria was extremely fun. I didn't have any challenge from the whole time, so we had to take a Learjet, which was 50 grand. And that was an air ambulance back about 6 days after hospitalisation. And then when I was at Stoke, I managed to get straight up and get straight to Stoke. I went to the day, which is not and now, Tom is engaged to his girlfriend, Ellen, and is back at work. He went 3 days a week now. It's a bit of a slow down there, but it's a great job. Software engineer, software for telecommunication, networks.
What do you look forward to in the future, Tom?
Well, I like to progress in my career. It's quite difficult, juggling that. The rest of the keeping the personal care. In the personal life, I try to keep the natural progression of life. It's going to be difficulties with regards to bringing up the kids. It's going to be different. You know, to find different ways of doing things I would have done prior to that. Doing things like that. That's something I'm proud of, but it's not to be able to do. But I'm still being able to fulfill it. So I'm still busy. We're in a position to bring up some good.
Well, the most story is fiancée Ellen says it's Tom's optimism that's keeping them going.
When we were in hospital, we don't have means like I suppose we've gone through it together, got through every stage. The whole time we've been hospital, we felt expected some days like see the world and want to talk to anyone, but that never happened. It was like just get on with things, always smiling, like so determined, like nothing really stops him or gets in the way. He's always, I mean, like he's more the socialite than I do. He's like always pushing things up and going to that and going to
But she said nothing gets in his way. She's not lying either, because Tom's keeping me back on the ski slopes this time in Sweden.
So I was skiing in the ski cart, pretty much like a sled, a steerable sled, and someone would stand at the back, steer the sled with poles. The great instructor was taking it out faster than anyone else, and keeping them again over the rollers and stuff like that. It's actually a little bit there, it's brilliant.
You can see more on Tom on BBC Oxford's TV News tonight until 6:30, BBC One.
on BBC Radio Oxford.
So let's bring you up to date with some city statistics for you. Actually, I'll have to do that a bit later on. Let's turn our attention to one of the big stories from the world of business today. 750,000 more people are set to become high-rate taxpayers in April. That's according to a leading economic research body. About 750,000 people will start paying the higher 40% income tax rate on their earnings. That'll be from the 5th of April. With all the Institute for Fiscal Studies doing. Let's catch up now with Adam Kirtley, our business reporter. Adam, how come so many more people are going to get this higher rate tax?
Well, because for the first time, Phil, as far as I remember, they're actually reducing the amount you're allowed to earn before you pay the higher rate of tax. Now, usually in the budgets, whichever party is in power, they at worst freeze it or usually raise it a bit because of inflation. But this time they're not going to do that. They're reducing the amount you can earn from £37,400 of taxable income down to £35,001 of taxable income. So in other words, if at the moment you say earn 37,000, you can pay 40% on about £2,000 of that compared to only 20%. So that's why 750,000 people will be in that kind of middling income sort of area, the mid-30s or the early 40s, still had a big tax around. They're going to be hit, and that is quite a draconian thing for I don't remember the government taking it for.
And for those individuals, how much is this going to cost them?
Well, it's very difficult to calculate that, but if you look at the average household, all the initiatives coming in April, that doesn't just mean this, it means national insurance going up by 1%, child tax credits coming down for higher earners, for middle earners, etc. The tax take is about 5.4 billion for next year. That's about £200 a household. But if you are one of these people, it will hurt you pretty hard. And of course, even if you earn 50,000, you're paying 40% instead of 20%, another £2,500 on tax. So whatever you earn above that, you are going to be hit. The reason for it is because of what's happening at the other end of the pay scale, right, at the lower end. They're massively increasing the tax threshold to bit you're allowed to earn before you pay any tax. That's going up by £1,000. It's roughly £7,500. And they don't want the better off being the benefit of that, which is why at the higher end, they're reducing the amount you can earn before paying the higher rate of tax.
Just very quickly, let's look at one of the other stories going around, because so far we've been hearing from various different airlines who are suffering a lot after winter chaos. Ryanair have been reporting what they do.
Yeah, they made a loss in the last 3 months of about £8 million. That's better than many forecasters thought. They still say they're on target to make a profit in the 2028 full year, which means their ends in March. It's not nothing suspicious, they're not doing anything wrong. The snow fell, the fog came, the ice hit, 3,000 flights were cancelled, and there's an air traffic control strike. It's just that. I don't think this is worrying.
Great, Adam. Thank you very much. Adam Curley there. The FTSE was down, by the way, 18 points, 5,863. The Dow Jones currently up 28 points, 11,853. BBC Radio Oxford.
Travel.
Cat's got the latest.
I do indeed, yes, thanks, Phil. Well, the A40 is still looking fairly slow on the westbound stretch. We've now got delays building just after Tame and heading towards the M40. Further along the A40, we've also got queues over the Headington roundabout and the Wolfcote roundabout, still mostly slow on the westbound carriageway. Otherwise, there's busy patches continuing in Abingdon as well as in Banbury now. Trains seem to be running reasonably to time. That's the latest travel as it happens. It's BBC Radio Oxford at 95.2 FM.
And if you spot any delays you want to add to Cat's list, then 08459 311 666 is the phone number. If you're a passenger in the car, you can always text it through 81333. Text number or text have to start the word Oxford. Coming up after the news, we're going to talk John Barry, sadly unfamiliar yesterday. The man behind the bomb thing.
Oxfordshire News.
Oxfordshire Live.
BBC Radio Oxford.
It's 6 o'clock. The BBC News for Oxfordshire with Helen Hatt.
Will hold up for commuters in Didcot. Access to the Milton Park estate has been disrupted since October by work to a railway bridge near the A34. Work was due to finish in the next week or so, but new problems have arisen and the 6,000 workers on the estate have been warned the disruption could last until July. Nick Cantralas works at Milton Park.
What normally would take 10 minutes, or in some cases 5 minutes to get off the estate, now takes up to 40 minutes. The traffic backup is just horrendous. It goes on for miles and miles. It's not acceptable.
Network Rail says it apologises wholeheartedly for the delays. Russell Fink is their spokesman.
We do absolutely apologise for any disruption that's been caused. We are working very closely with our contractors, and we really are impressing on them the importance of getting this work done as quickly as we can.
Oxfordshire County Council says it's now looking at ways of trying to reduce the impact while work goes on. The government's controversial plans to overhaul the health service in England is debated by MPs. Primary care trusts will be scrapped and £80 billion of funding will pass to GPs under the proposals. During the debate, the Health Secretary Andrew Langsley tries to head off criticism by appealing to